gentlemen, let's talk about Kotak Mahindra, because this bank, the MD and CEO of this bank, the founder of this bank, who was at the helm of affairs for more than 2 decades, suddenly stepped down 4 months ahead of his term ending. Uday Kotak, the founder, MD and CEO, former MD and CEO of Kotak Mahindra Bank. We're trying to understand who's going to be the successor. Now, there is some news on that front as well, ladies and gentlemen. It says Kotak Mahindra backs exes in race for CEO's job. Kotak Mahindra banks his 2 whole-time directors, KVS Manian and Shanti Ekambaram, are seen as key internal contenders to succeed Uday Kotak, reports Mayur Shetty for the Times of India. The former second in command, Dipak Gupta, who's currently, I think, the interim
He's
CEO.
The interim CEO.
He cannot take the director's post essentially because of some sort of RBI guidelines. So, the 2 names that have come across is that of KVS Manian and Shanti Ekambaram, who are seen as key internal contenders to succeed Uday Kotak.
Well, that's going to be an Kotak will, however, continue as a non-executive director of the bank, is what it's saying. Uday Kotak's tenure, as you pointed out, as chief officer and managing director of the bank would be ending in December 31st, 2023. So, till then, Dipak Gupta will be handling the affairs, that too subject to approval of the RBI as a joint, the position joint managing director is what they give, JMD.
So, banks' veterans are amongst the contenders. Now, Shanti Ekambaram, let me just tell you, give you a heads up of who these 2 people essentially are. Take a look at this. Bank veterans among contenders, Shanti Ekambaram and KVS Manian. Let's talk about Shanti Ekambaram first. She heads the consumer banking division of Kotak Bank. Around 60 years of age, has been with the group for 30 plus years. Started her career running the trade finance business of Kotak Mahindra Finance, which was one of the core verticals at the time. Headed corporate banking, served as CEO of the investment banking unit. Now, KVS Manian, currently whole-time director in charge of the corporate, institutional and investment banking. Around 60 years of age, joined the group in 1994, started with consumer banking before leading their corporate bank. RBI is expected to clear one of the 2 candidates for the top job before Gupta's term ends. It does a thorough fit and proper check, is what they call it, a fit and proper check, before approving the name. Jay Kotak, son of Uday Kotak, has a long way to go to gain business acumen and democratic leadership skills, said MK Global in a report last year. So, basically it's whole-time directors and former directors who are in the race, Manian, Ekambaram, who are key eternal candidates, interim CEO Gupta, who is ineligible because of RBI's cap on the tenure, and Uday Kotak's son is certainly not equipped with the right kind of business acumen to be carrying this particular job out. So, Uday Kotak is going to be in the periphery, he is going to do the job, but it is essentially KVS Manian and Shanti Ekambaram who are going to be in the run-up and in the lead to this, this change of guard. Kotak Bank, have you had a chance? Have you ever opened a bank account with Kotak Mahindra?
I have not opened with Kotak at all, but
their advertisements used to be really nice.
There was actually very.
That's how they took everybody by a storm.
Yeah, they took a. I mean, Uday Kotak did in fact proceed over the growth of that company. They also ensured that some kind of refreshing ideas were also put out when it came to the financial sector. But then this sudden step down is something, especially when your term was ending somewhere in 31st of December, why the sudden step down happened is what everyone is in fact looking at.
All right then, that's a big long tweet, TLDR and TMI, which is why I think many people did not read it, the entirety of it. But he does put across, his feelings in that particular microblogging website post. Do give it a shot if you have the time. Uday Kotak over there. Meanwhile, 2 former whole-time directors who are in the key, who are in the race for being the key contenders for successing as successors of Uday Kotak.